All right, hey Taurus. So I am doing, this is going to be a conscious and subconscious read for blockages when it comes to love and relationships. And so you guys are going to know this is your read based off your energy and how you currently feel about love. All right. And then we're going to pull to see what's coming through as far as the conscious and subconscious. So what you can see and what you're not seeing. All right, so when it comes to your energy, the Hanging Man card coming through is illusion, it's delusion, uncertainty. The 10 of Wands coming through. This right here is some really, it's really upsetting energy to be in. It could be too that there's just everything around you is not happening in the forward movement that you want. The Ace of Wands is, this is being in pursuit of happiness. It's a pursuit of passion, and it doesn't have to be romantic passion, but just passion when it comes to life. It's almost like the wind has been kind of taken from your sails as of late. The Hanging Man is, it's not really having a good reflection when it comes to life and where everything is sitting right now. And it could just be that everything when it comes to your life and what's supposed to make us happy is coming through as an illusion. So really heavy energy coming through here, Taurus. The 10 of Wands is, it's endings, but we also have this beginning. It's almost like there's a fear of an ending happening here and a new beginning that's not taking off for you in some way, shape, or form. So let's see how you feel about love. We have the 8 of Wands coming through with the Lovers. So when it comes to your feelings and emotions on love, so we have the 8 of Wands coming through in reverse. And I feel like, you got the Lovers card and the King of Swords. All right. So I just kind of feel like with this upside down 8 of Wands, it could be that there's a holding back. There's a withholding on feelings and emotions. There's a withholding when it comes to how you feel. It's almost like you can't, when it comes to the expression of love, it might be that you don't know how to connect, all right, with certain people. Everything is light. Everything is airy. It's, superficial. It's not really serious. And it just could be because of what you're kind of going through, the challenges that you're facing right now. With the Lovers card coming through and this King of Swords energy, it could be that you have a certain person that's on your mind. This right here is a soulmate dynamic coming through. And with the King of Swords, it could represent who it is that's on your mind. It could just be representing the need for some in-depth, open, honest, clear-cut communication with a person that is very near and dear to your heart. It's almost like there's a conversation that needs to be had. However, things are not turning. They're not turning in the way that you know that they need to. And in your current energy, there could be, just some hiccups when it comes to a current connection. All right. So let's just see what it comes to the conscious fears. This is what you're aware of. This is where you're going to be like, yeah. I already know. But the reason why these fears are coming through here is because it's something that needs to be addressed with you. All right. So let's just see what's coming through. You may or may not resonate with all of these, which is fine. All right. So as far as the conscious embodiment, we have religious factors. Okay, so the fact that this card is coming through on the conscious level is basically saying that either you in the past have, been or people have been misaligned with what you feel, how you feel towards religion, the spiritual journey, the good, the bad, the ugly. With religious factors coming through too, this could be where, you've met somebody, beforehand, and influences of friends and family members and everybody else around had just kind of taken over the dynamic of this connection. So, oh no, you can't date him, you can't date her because they're not a certain religion. All right. It could be too that there's just been a misalignment when it comes to the belief system. So the core beliefs. All right. Religious factors coming through. This could also be that you were raised a certain way and, maybe you're having trouble kind of seeing eye to eye with what you were raised to what you are now. All right. So if there's influences that still kind of surround this religious factor, it's your journey, Taurus. What you're going to have to do is take your journey, your life by the reins and control, your own destiny. You don't have to believe and think like everybody else that you grew up with or that raised you or that was around you. In order, there's no, there really, what I want to say is there is no right or wrong. As long as you're living your path to your faith and to your fulfillment, that's what's really important with this. So again, you guys are going to be aware of what's coming through with these cards. We have make the effort coming through as a conscious fear or blockage. So making the effort coming through on you could be that you have dealt with people in the past that have kind of slipped through the cracks. They have slipped through your hands. They've slipped through your fingers because of effort or lack thereof on your part. It could be too, Taurus, that you have dealt with people who have failed to make the effort with you. So you can think right off your hand, 5 people, 4 people, 3 people that just don't make the effort. And this is not going to be extensive to romantic interest. Make the effort is also going to come through on relationships with family members, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, people who directly influence your life. This right here, phones work 2 ways, effort works 2 ways. And it could be that, if you have been the one that's failed in the past to make effort, to make connections work, it's time to kind of forgive yourself for that and then take the necessary steps moving forward. Conversely, if people have failed to make the effort with you, it's time to kind of heal over and forgive those individuals and then really think where they're kind of placed at in your life today. Do they deserve a spot? We got healing family issues coming through just as well. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. All right. So this card coming through is a conscious factor, mom issues, dad issues, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpa. This is going to be something from that stems from childhood, basically, that you're still kind of holding on to, making the conscious effort. All right. To kind of heal this does not necessarily mean that you need to go have a one-on-one conversation with the person that hurt you. This right here is consciously eliminating the dynamic between you and God, between you and your higher self. Okay. And just because you heal something within yourself doesn't mean that you're obligated to go and carry on a relationship with somebody that has hurt you in the past. So this is coming through. There's a lot of strong energy coming through that I almost feel is stemming from childhood. So I'm going to pull some subconscious blockages. And this is going to be stuff that that just maybe has been hidden for a long time. And you guys may or may not know what I'm talking about, but if you feel like it could be something that is a part of your path, you're going to want to kind of set an intention before bed, meditate, or pray that the situation comes forward to you. All right. Otherwise, you may know, but you might not know that it's playing a significant part in your relationship kind of sector. So we have masquerade. This right here, it kind of speaks for itself. So as a subconscious blockage, the masquerade is kind of wearing a mask. It's wearing a false mask. It's portraying yourself to be someone or something that you're really not. And really deep down inside, it could be that the masquerade, it's like, I really need to take this off because that's not who I am. These people I'm hanging out with are not who they don't resonate with me. It could be too that in the field full of white sheep, you're the black sheep, or in a field full of black sheep, you're the white sheep. It's almost like you're kind of entertaining people, places, situations, and things, whether it's now or in the past. That shows that you kind of were holding onto a false mask. And if this is not you, this is going to be somebody that just really blew you out of the water. So it could be that there's forgiveness and healing that needs to be done between you and somebody who is acting like this to you. So you're finding out that this person is a completely different person than what you ever felt, what you ever thought. And it could be that that's how the energies were that you grew up around. So masquerade is coming through because in somewhere in your waking life, it's been pushed down, but there's some falsity coming through with masquerade. All right. And it's this right here is just, to me, it would be speaking of it's time to let go of that person or that situation. And if it's you, it's time to step in and into your own authenticity. It's time to be who you know you are. All right, Taurus. And then we have perchance to dream. All right. And with perchance to dream, this card right here, it just tells me that maybe there's been some lacking in certain areas when it comes to your life, holding a vision and not being able to pursue that. Maybe even feeling, you know, and this is not going to be limited to romance, but I almost feel like with that card coming through, you guys could have had like you were supposed to be in a certain place. You know, maybe you didn't reach that. You know, maybe you feel like everything's kind of falling right beneath you. And I feel like the perchance to dream is just coming through because maybe there have been situations and offers and other things that have come through your life that you've just kind of, maybe you feel like you're supposed to be on a certain level and you haven't made it there yet. All right. And that could actually be a conscious or a subconscious blockage as to moving forward, moving your path forward. We have calling the storm. All right. And this right here, sorry, I stopped for a minute. But calling in the storm, you guys, this is pulling and release. It's pushing ourselves to the limit. All right. And this right here is finding time to release our power. It could be too that you guys might feel like you've dealt with every single thing by yourself. There could be some really huge situations that have happened in life that you've just felt like you've had no one to turn to, no one to talk to, people that should automatically be there. You know, right here, this right here is it's all about overcoming challenges. And I feel like with this card coming through, for who I'm talking to, you faced battles, you faced war, you faced everything by yourself. And when people that you thought were friends and family that should have been there, that could have been there to help you kind of navigate these situations, it's like nobody's there, nobody's coming, nobody's helping me, you know. And this right here is all about going to be releasing. Like, you might not feel that that's going to be something that stops you from kind of finding harmony, but it will, you guys, when we see ourselves in situations and it's like automatically, you know, these people, when I grow quiet, these people should know that there's something wrong. You know, when I get withdrawn, when I go within, you know, there should be people kind of, you know, looking out for me, checking out for me, you know. And it could just be that you've felt a lot of lack when it comes to people that are supposed to have your back. Going back to card 28, perchance to dream, this card is to die, it's to sleep. All right, it's to drown, you guys. Going back to that card, I kind of want to hit on some more of the heavy stuff, because if you felt like you didn't belong in this world at certain times, you know, that's some really, really heavy energy. It's kind of navigating that time, that space, that influence, and releasing that, you know. And you guys might not think that energy right there is not holding on to you, but it is in huge, huge ways. Okay, so going back to those places where you felt really, really dark and calling that out, forgiving yourself and remembering that little tiny soul inside of you. You're just a vessel for that inner child, you guys. Makes me want to cry, because right here, I just feel like there's some really dark energy that surrounds you. And, you know, these energies right here are all kind of, it's like they're building up. It's blocking you from self-love. It's blocking you from finding the proper type of love. It's blocking you from harmony. All right. So, you know, navigating through these blockages, you know, the best way I've done it, especially on full moons, is writing the shit down on paper, forgiving the instigator, forgiving myself for holding on to it, and in turn writing down the fucked up shit I've done in the past to other people and forgiving myself, releasing it, and in turn just calling for their forgiveness. Nonverbal, no interaction with these people. Sometimes there's just no cause for a connection to be carried through. So let's just see what your advice is to kind of approach achieveness. Look at that. We have the Four of Cups coming through as, once you guys kind of start on this, the journey of healing, you got perfection, you got grounding, you got the Knight of Coins coming through as a success, opportunities that are coming through. All right. That Four of Cups is opportunities coming through, and a long road ahead, but one that you can be certainly proud of when it comes to the future. But it's time to kind of let go of that negative and dark energy. It's time to let go of what you can't hold. It's like, when we kind of hold on to the past, it just creates depression. And when we're too excited about the future, it creates anxiety. So let's see where you guys are going to be sitting at in the next few months, after you've kind of released some of these dark energies. Look at that. You got coming out. This is the Seven of Swords. This is completely releasing these energies that have blamed, gaslighted, that have been narcissistic, that have projected this negative and maybe even a false identity onto you. All right. You're healing that. You're coming out of that, you guys. There is light at the end of the tunnel, and you got the Nine of Cups, which is ultimate wishes coming true. It's happiness, it's dreams, and you got deeper forms of communication coming through with people who do matter significantly to you. All right. So it's like kind of going through, releasing, healing, so that you guys can have this beautiful vision of life that wants to come through to you. All right, Taurus.